Hi everyone, good morning. It's Mariella from Binary Option Sheriff. Hello to our subscribers, and if you're new on this site, we encourage you to subscribe because this is an education lesson aimed at whoever is new to trading, and I have come across quite a lot of people who have been really interested and have shown interest and have sent us emails on our Binary Option Sheriff site so that they get some mentoring and some education. This is probably the easiest way to have a large catchment audience and to put it as simply as possible. So today we are going to start really at the very basic, and this would be the first lesson, and quite a few will follow after this, and this will be analyzing trading charts. So whenever it is you are trading, you are going to be looking at charts, and charts give us the historical information of what happened in price movements, whether it is for a currency pair or whether it is for an asset, whether it is for a commodity. So when I talk about commodities, I'm talking about oil, gold, silver. When I'm talking about assets or currencies, I'm talking about currency pairs such as euro and US dollar, which are combined together, and quite a lot of other currencies. We will go into this later. Stocks are the stocks which are quoted on the stock exchange, which also show price movement, and the charts that we are going to look at are the charts that give us the historical data. But from the historical data, we can gather a lot of information about how we think the price will be behaving in the future, and that is how we will be placing our trades. So, in terms of charts, there are three basic types of charts. There are plenty more, but we will only go through the three basic ones, and out of the three basic ones, there is one kind of charting which I happen to believe is the best for especially every new trader to understand very easily, because it is colorful and because it is easy to understand. So our first chart, you can look at charts about price behavior in what is called a line trading chart. A line trading chart, if you look at this line trading chart here, you can see how the price was moving. Started off at this level and then started moving down, then it had what is called kickback, and then it had a pullback, and then it keeps rising and falling. But basically, if we had to look at this chart, I would say that at this point in time, the euro and the US dollar combined together, the euro was showing a bigger strength than the US dollar. Now, this is something I also want to explain. Whenever currencies are paired together, the one which is in the front, so in this case the euro, is the one that is determining how we look at the price movement. So if this is an uptrend, it means that the euro is stronger and showing that it is becoming stronger against the US dollar, and not the other way around. So remember, in a currency pair, the first currency is the currency that is showing you the movement, whether it would be an uptrend, as we have in this case clearly, or whether it is a downtrend. Next kind of trading charts that we have, which are pretty complicated in my opinion, but actually give us a lot more information than the line movement, is the pin bar movement. So the pin bar movement, what we have here, is exactly the same as we have had before, with the price movement starting at this point, rising a little bit, pulling back down, and it is a clear uptrend. But what these pin bars are showing us, the pin is actually the little hook it has on the side. So in this case, if it's a red bar, it means that the price will have started at this point where we have this little kick here. It went all the way down and finished at this point. Whereas the next bar, we have the starting point where my arrow is pointing. Starting here, it went down a little bit, but went all the way up and ended at a price which was higher than the starting price of the previous pin bar. pretty complicated. I mean, when you look at this at a glance, you can see that you have a clear uptrend, and you also have the price movements going up and down. But actually, if you look at it on this line chart, it is even easier to follow. I am about to show you the third most easy way to look at a chart, and that is the candlestick. The candlestick chart is the most graphic. First of all, because the colors are so clear, and you know that when you have a blue bar, it means that it is a positive bar and that you have the price moving upwards. The candlestick, and I will do another YouTube session explaining exactly what the candlesticks are. These are called the Japanese candlesticks. But we will see the formation of candlesticks. They have some fantastic names. They are called shooting stars, and they are called dojis, and we will go through that. However, what is very interesting about candlesticks is that you can clearly see not just the price movement. From the color you can see how the movement is going, but we also have what is called the wicks, which is the top, and the bottoms. So if we are looking at this particular chart, we can see that we had some price movements up, then we had the pullbacks, and we had an uptrend again. Basically, we have no volatility, and the price movement is slow. But both in the case of the pin bars here, as well as the candlestick, what is very interesting, and now we will go into a live charting station, is that every candlestick signifies a time frame. So let's go on the charting station. Here I am on the Netdania station, which is one of my favorite stations, I have to say. The only problem with Netdania is that it's not supported by Chrome. However, having said that, it is very clear, very easy to operate, it is free, so you can access it from Safari and from Mozilla, from quite a lot of other places. So here we are looking at a candlestick chart. If we are looking at NetStation, here is where you pick your instrument. So if we are looking at the Euro-US dollar chart, or the US dollar against the Japanese yen, or let's have a look at the sterling against the US dollar. Here is what we have. Here is a chart with already some tools that I put on, which we don't need at the moment. But if I go back to the Euro-US dollar, we can see that here is where we have quite a few interesting things. So this is where we pick our asset. This is the kind of chart we would like to see. I will go back to that later. But for this important thing that I want to tell you, this header here is where we can scroll down and change what the candlesticks are telling us. So in this case, each candlestick is a time frame of 1 hour. If I want to see a different movement and how the price has been behaving in the last 5 minutes, I have to go on a 5-minute chart. So here I can select my 5-minute chart, and here I go. So this is what the price behavior for 5 minutes of each candlestick. So this is between May 11th, which is this morning, from 3 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock when I am doing this YouTube review. This is how the price behaved every 5 minutes. As we can see, we don't have a clear trend because more or less the price has been floating around the middle. So actually this is not a good time to trade at all, because whenever we want to trade, we want to have either a trending market, so we have a clear trend of where the price is going, or a volatile market, but that is really to be left to the professionals. We will be focusing and concentrating on how to trade on trending markets in the following sessions, but this is what I wanted to explain about candlesticks today. So just to go quickly do a resume, here you can change the chart and how you look at the chart and see different price movements. So for the same chart, we are looking at the candlestick, or as the pin bar is known, it's known as the OHLC, which means the overall high and the low part of the charts. So actually the price movements are really movements which give us how the price started and how the price ended. If we want to go to a different chart, if we want to have a line chart, this is what the line chart would look like. And then if we want to look at the hollow charts, this is the same thing as what we were looking at earlier, but instead of having the body filled up with a color, we have a hollow body for the rising candlesticks. We're always looking at 5 minutes charts here, so everything we look at is in the time frame of 5-minute movements. And then after that we can have a look at the dot chart, which we didn't do before, which looks actually like the Milky Way, and that is not what we really want to to trade with, because it takes really a very big professional to identify how the price is looking, but it is also very useful in some cases. But our favorite will remain with the candlestick chart, and this will give us our very clear price movement on candlesticks. My next YouTube video will be about the candlesticks themselves, how the price behave when it is a full candlestick, when it is a positive candlestick, when it is a negative candlestick, what the wick signifies, and when they are clustered together, how they are going to show us how the price is going to go. This is just the first of my educational lessons, and I think that if you are a new trader, it would benefit for you to subscribe and to see the next YouTube review that I will do, because I'm sure that in the long run this will be very helpful to your trading. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe, and remember to go on our site because there is a lot of free information that you can access. Thank you.